Hello again. It was about a month ago I made a list of my top 10 reasons why I love living in Germany, and I figured now that I have just about 4 days left here, it's very difficult. I love this country. To ease the pain, I'm going to make a top 10 things that I do not like about Germany. And here they are. Number 10. Not such a big deal, but parking. If you try to park a car in Germany, even if you have a little car, those spaces are so small, and not everyone's perfect, and it's just really difficult. Of course, finding a parking space is more difficult. Less space, more people, and when they park on the side of the road, very often that will stop traffic because you have to go around them and you can't drive into someone who's coming from the other directions. And this is just something I never see in the United States. Number 9, the German tradition of blowing their nose. I know that sounds crazy. Because I came from Arizona, fewer people had colds and it wasn't so bad, but it just got rather revolting when you're on the train and he said, cut it out before your brain comes out. It's really horrible here. Number 8, Germans tend to smoke a lot more, and I don't like smoke. Enough said. Number 7, Germans tend to board public transportation like they were cattle. And I can't really compare it to the United States with the lack of public transportation where I lived, but the British, they hold the gold standard for public transportation boarding adequate, and they make the Germans look pretty bad. Number 6, football fans. I don't mean hooligans, I just mean the football fans that can't be 1 second under 100 decibels singing their drunk songs as if I really care. And thank God I never had to deal with them that much, but every time I went into Karlsruhe on a Sunday, during football season, they'd be stinking up the train with making it unpleasant. And I remember having breakfast, and it's the same thing all the time. Breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning, and these guys are getting smashed. It's ridiculous. Number 5, I don't like the weather. And today's not a good example because it's December and it's, not that bad today, and there's sunlight. I can deal with this. In fact, actually, this may sound strange. I do like the weather in Germany, but I come from Arizona, where we have sunlight all the time. And during those months of January, February, March, just those 3 months, it can be rather depressing. Not because it's so cold, it's just so dark. You could have like 4 days in a row with no sunlight. Number 4, the opportunity to change your career is very difficult in Germany compared to the United States. It's very easy. It's one of the greatest things about the United States. I mean, just to take up a position in a hotel or travel agency, 2 positions I wouldn't have mind taking after no longer working as an English teacher. I find myself better qualified than most people in this regard just on the basis of my French, German, and English languages. But they require a 3-year Ausbildung. It's a hard thing to translate in the English language. It's like an apprenticeship, but it's this official title you get. I mean, who wants to spend 3 years just to be something like a beautician? But that's the way it is here. I hate GEMA. What is GEMA? I can't even remember. I think the G stands for Gemeinde or something like that. GEMA is an organization that demands payment for music, television broadcast, film. In other words, if I invite people other than, let's say, a private party, and I show them a football game, and word gets out, I can get fined by GEMA. This has happened to one of my ex-students who showed a football game at a Red Cross party, of all things. I have about, I think something like 24 videos on my other channel. And you can see them all over the world, except only about 12 of them in Germany because of GEMA. Okay, number 2, GEZ, another acronym I hate. GEZ stands for Gebührenzentrum. They are the agency that collects the taxes because they charge you for the radio waves and the television waves, so they can support their government-funded stations. Lovely. And it's a lot of money, and if you live here, you can't escape it. It's ridiculous. The number one thing that I do not like about Germany is the future it seems to be going in. And this is something that's not just true for Germany, it's the rest of Europe, even the United States a little bit. But I was going to call it something else. I was going to call it the recent immigration crisis. But it's more than that. Yes, you may have heard on the news about the many refugees that are coming in, and we have to be kind, you know, all the evil things Germany did in World War II. That's why we have to take the greatest bulk of them all. Let's face it, there's killers in that group. Oh, if it's just 0.5%, we're in big trouble. And these killers are going to be indoctrinating the youth, those that they can. Even if they hadn't come here, that's why this problem is the future that I'm worried about. This indoctrination is already here. It's much worse in the countries of France, Belgium, Sweden, and Britain, but Germany, yeah, it's got to be here too. Germany just hasn't had anything really bad happen just yet. Now you might think, do I not like immigrants? Are you kidding? Germany's largest immigrant population is the Turkish, and they add a lot to the German culture. What would Germany be without the Doner kebab? And I always thought the German women are, let me correct that, the women in Germany are more beautiful than in the United States, mainly because they're not so overweight, but the most beautiful of them all are probably not German. They're probably from somewhere, one of those Mediterranean countries. And yes, I love the immigrants. I just don't like the poisonous ideology that comes with some of them. And I'm really concerned about that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.